have to have like police cars in front and at the back. If I want to drive, it's like there must be like police driving behind me. If I'm trying to live a normal life again. I'm trying to feel normal, but I'm
You got
not.
a police escort.
I have escorts in front and at the back if I'm in Nigeria.
Big Boy's Neighborhood, beautiful day in the neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing it all the way live. Right now, coming into the neighborhood, man, international superstar. Beautiful voice, extremely talented, dressed better than everybody that's in here.
Basically.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Tems. Look at you, look at you. How you doing once again, Queen? That's your mic right there, Tems. Go ahead now. Hey, man, you know how when you know how I just introduced you, right? And you came in and we hugged each other and said hello.
Right.
We just saw each other on the other side of the door. But for some reason, you know how you feel like you got to do that again? Like, oh, hey. But first off, welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you.
It is a pleasure having you on. This is like our first real sit down with you.
Very true.
And it's crazy because I'm a fan first. And you are extremely talented.
Oh, thank you.
You know you are. She was probably like, yeah, I know. But you know, because it's crazy because music, for some reason, it just takes you to another place. And music has always been like a getaway for me. It's always been like a saving grace for me. And I'm really into music. I'm into tones. I'm into balance. Like, I listen to music probably a little different than some people consume it. And I always ask people the same way. Like, did it start like in your household or just hearing music around you?
Yes, it started when I was much younger. I think the first time I feel like I really loved music was when I was like 5. I just remember Celine Dion, and they used to play her on the radio in Lagos like every single day, and I was like, what is this? Like, I feel like crying. I also feel like throwing up. Like, what is going on?
So you had that connection at the age of 5?
Yeah.
And is it the Celine Dion song that like we all know? Is it the Titanic's on the near fall?
No, it was actually I'm Alive.
So you tapped into a whole different song.
Yeah, they were playing. It's like they had her whole album on repeat throughout the whole. I don't know, those few years. I feel like she was just always on rotation.
So 5 plus, you already felt a connection that you knew that music did something for you.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go from that, did you have a voice back then at the age of 5? Like, did you know?
Oh no, not at all. I just loved listening to music, and then I started writing poetry.
Mm-hmm.
I loved writing silly things about, I don't even know. I thought I was going through something back then. I was this like kid that just thought, oh yeah, I'm so poetic and my life is just, I thought I was the main character of the movie of the world.
But you know what though? I think that's one of those things that take us outside of our environment as well. Mm-hmm. Like, you create this picture in your head, and that's why sometimes when I hear music, I have a whole different video in my head for the visuals that sometimes I won't even watch the video because I'm like, that's not what I had in my head. Mm-hmm. So at the age of 5 plus, when you say you got an emotion, you start to feel it, were you writing poetry around that time too, when you was in your single digits?
No, I think I started writing poems when I was like 10.
Oh, your double digits, your first one.
Yeah.
The 10.
10,
yeah.
11.
Got
yeah.
real prolific at the age of 10.
I was like, wow, this life is tough.
Yeah. You know, she was like, it's hard out here for a 10-year-old.
I was like, I need to write about this for other people that go through this.
She's like, I know it's another 10-year-old that's talking about eat your vegetables, do your homework. Like, this is hard.
Yeah.
So when you hear that, do your parents know that there's a talent there?
Oh, no. I mean, Nigeria is very different from...
How so?
Music as a profession is not something that anybody pursued,
right.
Or even thought of as that was not real. Even watching like American artists from Nigeria, it was just like, oh, that's something they do over there, but it's not. It's not something that was that brought pride to like families, like, oh, my daughter sings.
Right. So is it more education, more.
Very education based. Go to school, get a degree, get a job, get married. The whole.
So were you kind of hesitant, resistant on showing your family this talent?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I was really excited when I first made my first song. I didn't know that it wasn't that great.
Oh,
And I decided to audition for my family, and a lot of my aunties laughed.
oh, how old are you?
I think I was like 12 or 13, and they laughed at my face, and they were like, huh, what's this? So I swore in my head, I was like, I will never let these people know that I sing, and I'm going to just do this in secret on my own, and they'll see.
Hey, dude, that's almost sad. You know what I'm
It
saying?
really is.
Because you got to think like at 12, either that builds a fire.
I did cry, yeah.
Yeah, see, I
If
would
you were
think
wondering,
so.
yeah.
Like, cause I know, like, at one point, Tim's, we were in a situation. We went. It was my mom, single parent, 7 kids, so it was 8 of us in the household, and we went through like bouts of homelessness, right? And I remember I told my mom, I said, Mom, I said, one day I'm gonna buy you a house, and one day I'm gonna. And we're homeless. We're living in a motel.
Wow.
And I remember my mom looked at me. She said, "Yeah, baby, I know you will." And that gave me something. If my mom would have been like, "Man, get the fuck on with that," if she would have did that, be like, "Man, baby, there's real things going on," it would have, put a flame out.
Yeah.
But you found a little bit of, I'll show you just a little bit. Of course, it hurts.
I mean, it did hurt, but I just felt like they didn't really understand me. That was my whole story. Oh, nobody understands me, so I'll understand myself,
Yeah, like,
and I'll do.
One day.
One
oh.
day.
Like, when do you find your voice? Because your voice, Tim's, when you come on, and anybody that can bear witness here, we know as soon as we hear your voice that it's you. And there's a lot of people that don't cut through as much. Like, back in the days, you would hear certain songs, you'd be like, oh, that's Diana Ross. Oh, even to Beyonce, that's Beyonce. But you don't get a lot of that. Soon as you come on, even if we don't know the song, we say that's Tim's. When did you find your voice? Of course, it wasn't at 12 when you did your talent show.
No. Well, in terms of my voice, I used to listen to so much music, and I decided to start trying to write songs intentionally. I had a music teacher in school that really encouraged me to learn how to sing. I don't know where he is now, but thank you to him, because I don't think I would have tried if it wasn't for him. And he introduced me to Alicia Keys, and we started performing or practicing in his office songs from Alicia Keys, Whitney Houston, and I just thought the writing was so interesting, and I think that's where I started like trying to find my own way of expressing in song, like my own way of writing.
When you were writing poetry, did you know you were writing songs?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. I just thought, this was this. I don't even know what I was thinking. I just thought, man, I just need to. This life is sad, and it's a tough road. One day it looks blue. The other day it would look red. But lo and behold.
Were you like an old soul? Did people look at you?
People used to tell me that all the time, that I seemed like I was older
Like, girl,
than I was.
what you went through in your past life?
And it's probably maybe someone laughed at me in class and I was crying, or someone maybe tugged my hair, and I would be like, why would they do that?
Like, don't you know who
it was like
who the F I'm gonna be? You're like, tug my hair now. But so if you're at an early age, do you have, how there's sometimes you can say, oh, he brought in Alicia Keys. It's like a lot of international music that's coming to you. But here in the States, if there's certain areas that we'll say, even if it's hip hop, we'll say, oh, Dr. Dre is from Compton. King T and Kendrick Lamar, they're from Compton, such and such from. So we see it all around us in the States, not just in the States, but we see it in our neighborhoods, our city. There could be a gang of people from Houston, gang of people from Atlanta. Did you have that at home where you can look right outside and say, this person is doing what I want to do.
No,
Right.
no, not at all.
So the dream is bigger.
Um, I, to be very honest, I just knew I wanted to sing. I didn't really have a plan. I didn't really think, oh, I'm gonna be a star or I'm gonna be someone. Like I said, I just wanted to do like the talent show, and I just wanted everyone to see that I could, in fact, really sing. But beyond that, I didn't actually have a plan to be anything. I think it was when I finished school, uni, and I realized, actually, why can't I just be an artist? I had a job, and the job was terrible.
What kind of job was it?
I was a digital marketer for this furniture company.
What is a
And
digital marketer for a furniture company?
I used to go around pitching furniture contracts, like, oh, we can furnish your this, to hotels and to apartment companies.
You knew that wasn't your life, though.
It was terrible. They used to, no.
It seemed like you had a lot of terrible moments, Tems, before.
It was the building blocks.
Right, yeah, yeah. Tuition into the school of experience.
Yeah, but I used to do music. Like, I used to learn how to produce after work. And one day I was just like, you know what? If I'm ever going to try just being an artist, it has to be now. If it doesn't work, then at least I'll find a way. But I'm just going to take this big risk and just go all out and do my best.
But this is, you said, after uni. Is this after college?
Yes,
how
uni's
old are you?
college, yeah.
Yeah, so how old are you around that time?
I was like
20,
20,
21, 20.
21,
So,
yeah.
so from, that's a lot of years. You know how people say, oh, yeah, she got on or she blew up. And so when people say, overnight sensation, that's a long-ass night.
No such thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all those years, you're still trying to write, perfect your craft, taught yourself engineering, producing, but you still got life. You still got to work. You still got to go to school.
Yep.
And at that moment, it doesn't seem like, oh, I'm going to be this superstar.
I wasn't even aiming for superstardom.
Did you do the talent show at least?
I did, and I got booed. I promise you, it was like
Who was in the audience? Your aunts?
No.
All family.
I thought I was gonna, I was like, finally, I'm gonna live my dream, and I had watched too many Disney movies. I promise you. I thought
These damn American TV shows, artists, and movies. Jesus Christ!
I thought I was gonna go there, and everybody be like, "Wow!" I just standing ovation.
Hey,
They
dude,
booed
why
me
did
and
you
threw
sing?
bottles at me. Yep.
Wait,
Yep.
what?
Yep.
Where were you
booed me.
performing at? Like a bar?
Like, it was my school hall. Like the
They
school
had
hall.
bottles, or did they bring them?
No, well, plastic bottles, just
Yeah.
like water bottles.
So, what song did you sing?
So that's it. I sang my own song again.
Hey, dude, let me tell you, for anybody
I
that
refused to do covers, by the way. Like, back
you
in
showed
the,
them, huh?
I was like, no, I have to win with my own song, my own truth. And the truth lied.
And
The
when
truth
you
was,
see, and so are you in like high school? Like,
yes, I was in high school. And my high school was
how do you go back to school the next day? Because you went to
thankfully-
uni, so
thank-
it's obvious you graduated.
Yeah.
I would have just left.
Oh yeah, I just bowed my head, just minded my business, and yeah. My music teacher was my friend though. He was like my best friend. I'll just like every break time, I'll just stay out the way,
And you'll go to him.
and I'll just go there and we'll just.
What would he say? Would he say like, "Don't listen to them," or would he was like, "Hey,
Oh, I
that
didn't
was
tell.
bad"?
I didn't talk about.
Oh no,
I didn't tell.
you suppressed it.
I didn't want to remember, but we just kind of like he would just teach me a new song, and then we'll try making a song. I'll freestyle, and then I'll go home. I'll feel a lot better. Like
What kept you loving it though? You know what I'm saying? Because there's times when we get, and I know we're making light of it, but there's times like when you did either get booed or they threw things, you had such a higher expectation. So in your head, you had painted this picture, and we'll make light of it. But what keeps you where you just say, like, I'm going to continue to go?
Music at the time was all I felt I had. I felt like there was nothing else that I loved doing like I loved doing music. And I just thought, if I don't have this, then I really don't have anything. Like, I have nothing to give me. It was for me what brought me joy, not necessarily because I wanted to impress people. I mean, I did, but it was more like I wanted to have something that I could do that other people couldn't do.
Were you ever in a group, or were you always
Yes,
considered solo?
I made some friends and I forced them to do the talent show the next year.
The talent show.
I thought, you know what,
year?
it's because I was one. Maybe if I bring two
Yeah, like we all can't get hit, you know.
Exactly.
So
that was my
how
idea.
was the next year? So now you got a group.
So I wrote the songs, and one of them, Lolia, she made the dances. So we incorporated dance and singing, and this time we lip synced.
So y'all went to the studio and cut a track?
No, we actually did a Destiny's Child song,
Oh my
and we
God.
kind of lip synced and just like
And just moved around in Panama?
and danced to it. Yeah.
Did they throw anything at you that time?
No, yeah, everybody was very happy, and that was the first.
Like clapping an ovation that you got?
Yeah, maybe not standing, but yeah, that was the
But
first.
just an ovation. Yeah. Like,
That was like, okay, we did something, yay.
but you were lip syncing.
Yes,
And
yes.
But did you have a beautiful voice back then? And
I
what
don't-
time you kill it,
maybe
you're lip syncing?
I might not have. I'm not gonna lie, because I have. I did watch a video and I thought,
Oh.
wow, is this what people wait?
Oh, so you watched something old, you're like, oh shit, yeah, that probably wasn't it. That's when you start throwing bottles at yourself?
I was like, wow, thank God that I'm here now. You know.
Where's
that
the other two girls at?
They're married. They're both married. They
Okay.
both have children.
They're not those girls we saw like that was doing Beyonce irreplaceable. We go, to their left, to their left. Have you seen that video?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God! Has anyone seen that video that I'm talking about, where the ladies? It's like, do they left, do they left?
I'm
Don't
just
you
dying
have
hearing you
anything
do
for irreplaceable? Watch, Tems. I'm gonna show you this video, and you're gonna look.
I
You're
need
gonna
to
be like,
see.
you're gonna be like, damn it, that is Anita. You know what I'm saying? So you keep going. You know you have to work. You got to pay the bills.
Yes.
But you're starting to find yourself. Of course, after you lip sync yourself to a small success. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where did the girls go after this? Are they one
So
show?
we
Are they
did-
one and done?
we did this in high school. So the next year, I kind of was over public opinion. So I really just kind of kept to myself a bit more. I think over the year, even when I was in uni, I was very to myself. I was, like I was in like a little box, like looking at a computer, producing, and okay, how do I do this? It was definitely when I was done with school as an idea and just work. I was like, I'm not gonna be happy here. And the workplace is really hard. There's a lot of workplace politics, and I didn't want to do that. And
You just couldn't see yourself doing that forever or for long.
yeah. And then I got demoted.
Damn.
Because I don't think I was good at my job. There's just a whole lot, and I just said, I'm going to take a risk. If I end up under the bridge somewhere or in
Christ.
I don't mind. No, that was how bad I was like, I'm going to be an artist for real.
So you knew it. Okay, we're going to turn the corner. You making my man over here depressed.
I'm sorry.
No,
This
don't
is
worry.
life, bro.
We
I'm sorry.
know in the end it worked out because you're sitting here.
Yeah.
We know that it worked
It's
out.
like, when does it get better?
Yeah, I just you know what it is too, Tems. I just love the journey because some people think that we just heard a song and she was just on, and people don't understand that there's such a journey, and what's in the rearview mirror is a lot that people don't get a chance to see. We see the now and we see what's through the windshield. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
that rearview mirror is something that's the life story.
Yeah.
That's not just the the glitz and the glamour and the accolades and things like that. It's you really put the time into it, and then also when we look at it now, a lot of stuff look genius, but years ago, a lot of international artists just weren't breaking a lot. Like we always could penetrate
True.
other countries and things, but now you look at broad stroke Afro beats, broad stroke K-pop, J-pop, a lot of Latin influenced music. We wasn't getting that. We were kind of providing and supplying that to everyone else.
Right.
So were you looking at a girl that's trying to get out, but it wasn't this international shine that we see now? So now it sounds genius.
Yeah.
But did you see superstardom?
No, not to this extent. No,
Right.
not. The first time I said, okay, I wanted to make a song, or the first song I ever released wasn't really even because I was trying to start a career. I was going to different labels and I was auditioning, and they were like, oh, what song do you have? And I didn't have a song. And then I was broke. And then I thought, oh, there was a popular bar in the area that I thought, oh, Fridays they have these live bands. And I thought I could go and be like, if one of them bar singers that you come every Friday night, see Tems, on Friday with the jazz club. That it was. So I went there too, and they said, you don't have a song though. How do we know you can really sing? Like, how do we know that you can do this? So I said, you know what? I need a song. So I started looking for someone to help me record my songs. And that's why I released my first song. So from that first song, people started hitting me up. The radio hit me up. And instead of I was just getting opportunities that made me think, okay, maybe this bar thing is not. This is. I think it looks like I'm going in a different direction. And then I met my two managers, and then I'm like, okay, cool. I just thought we were doing a small little thing. I just thought we were having like a little community in Lagos. I didn't know. And then the next year, like the very next year, was when I met with Wizkid, and I did Essence. So I hadn't released. But when I met Wizkid, I had 3 songs. I had only 3 songs, so I hadn't released much. It was.
What got you to Wizkid? Was it
It was-
few that you released?
Yeah, so the year I met Wizkid, I also dropped a song called Try Me, and I did a video. We got Jameson to sponsor the video, and it was like a huge thing because they were also promoting the video in Nigeria. And so that's what got Wizkid. I just heard, oh, he wants to meet me, and then I met him that year, 2019. And then we recorded Essence 2019. It came out 2020, and that's also when I had done my EP during the pandemic, 2022, because they were like, okay, you need an EP now. So on all these things, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't, and it wasn't also, I can't say that it was something I was imagining, like, oh, I'm going to be this big thing. I was just like, well, wow, it's looking like, okay.
Yeah.
Some people are knowing me now. Oh, nice.
It was just like kind of walking like one
I was
thing.
just like, okay, yeah, I'm still that girl that likes to hop around studios and freestyle. I didn't dream that big, and I wish I did, because I feel like I may have been more prepared. But and then we did Essence the next year, and then it just kind of started like going off.
When did you know that Essence was like becoming a thing though?
Oh, I started getting DMs from like people. I started getting messages. Beyonce reached out, and my mind, like literally, that was 2020. My mind was like blown. Like I was literally like, I was like, God, what's going on? Literally, it felt like so, because I lived alone. I lived alone throughout this whole time. When I was in school, when I had a job, I was alone. So I was really to my thoughts a lot, and I was just like, "What's going on?" And then people are like smiling at me, and everybody's looking nice, and I'm like, "Are
Uh-huh.
you here for me? Like, what's happening?"
The world changing, huh? Everybody holding their water bottles in their hand, not
Literally,
throwing them at you.
for real, and that's when I knew that okay, Essence seems to be doing something because a lot of people were talking about it. A lot of people were every single club we went to. It was crazy. Like I didn't
That's
understand.
got to be wild for you though, too, because especially not saying I want to be this big star and just seeing in real time
Yeah,
what's going on,
I
and
didn't.
also not even not, and you're tripping off the journey though too. You know what I'm saying? Where you're like, okay, hold
I
on,
was watching with everybody.
right?
I was, and the thing is,
You know how some people be like, of course that was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. You're like, oh shit,
yeah. I mean, I should have known, but I didn't. Like you,
right,
you heard my story. Nobody
right,
nothing in my life indicated to me that this was gonna happen,
right,
and I wasn't expecting. I was good. I was taking everything that happened. I was just like, I'm grateful, great, oh,
right.
amazing,
Another
nice,
thing,
oh, lovely. And then it started going a bit crazy, and I was like, wait, is this?
yeah.
Is this supposed to happen?
And he says, yeah, that's great, Craig. Well, that's
You
great. That's,
sure
thank
it's
you.
me that you sure you like that song?
But how crazy is that Essence and the EP? Everything is the momentum of what 2020 looked like because now the world starts to shut down. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, I'm starting to get hotter. People starting to look, but I can't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I can't, like, and the world was in a different place. The one thing we did, though, is that we did consume music.
Yeah.
But did you think, like, wait, it seemed like this is popping, but I can't go anywhere? And not even tour, not even that. It just, the world felt different.
Well, I used to be a hermit. I'm not gonna lie. I
No,
love
not
being
you.
alone.
Wow.
I loved my own space. When the pandemic happened, I was like, yes, got to be at home all day
Everybody,
making
like,
music.
6 feet away, I don't have to go anywhere. Like, hell yeah.
I was like, yeah, I can just produce my music. Nobody's disturbing me. Lovely. So actually, the pandemic gave me a lot of time to do my EP,
Right.
which had Free Mind on it. I had Higher on it. So I did that all during the pandemic because I had time to like sit with myself and like, express my feelings in the way I really wanted to, which is why I think it did what it did.
Like, uninterrupted, no outside
No
chatter.
outside, nobody, everybody doesn't, like, everybody was uncertain about the future. So it's like if this is your last project, what would you do? I was looking at it like I don't know what's. So I was giving, like, that was really my very most authentic self. So I was really very happy, and yeah.
Did you know when you were recording, did you know that, did that give you a different feeling, like something was different than, like, let's take Higher. Did you know that Higher, did that feel different to you?
I felt like, you know what, because in Nigeria the sound was very much Afro beats, and my sound wasn't really, it's not really what you call like
Right.
Afro beats, even though now the world calls me Afro
Yeah.
beats.
Does that, and that's another thing, did you get caught up in a broad stroke when people say Afro beats?
I have now, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have now, but back then, like when I went to labels, they didn't actually want me because I wasn't doing Afro beats.
Right.
All the labels I auditioned for, they were like, "Yeah, you're nice. Your voice is cool, but your sound is not gonna sell."
And were they talking about tempo as well too?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
talking about tempo and about the African, like, that sound, and I do that too, but it's more like I'm more diverse in terms of, like, I can do other things as well. So even during when I was making that EP, the thing is, like I said, the first song I heard was Celine Dion. So my idea of music wasn't Afro beats.
Right.
What called to me was very much R&B, soul, ballads. So how can I just felt like it was not authentic of me to try and force myself to do
Right.
stuff because I think, oh, this is what people will like.
This is what they looking for.
You know, and music for me was never about what people like. It was always about me having an outlet because I didn't have outlets. I didn't have people to talk to. So that's what music, I just needed to be truthful. And I just thought, you know what, someone is going to connect to this somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Did you know, like, when you're doing the EP, were you in a label situation?
no.
So you were just making music.
I released up until that EP was really I released that EP under my name. I still own that. I never signed the EP. It's been mine. All the songs I had that EP and before, so all of that is still mine. So we released that EP looking for a distribution deal, looking for someone to help, but we ended up just having to release it ourselves.
See how God worked? That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But you went to labels too, and you kind of said it where, you know, it's like this cookie cutter thing. They're looking for a certain sound. They're looking for a certain. Did you ever have anyone that, aside from this isn't Afrobeats, did you ever have any labels or anyone that you thought was in position that didn't understand you? Like, you're not gonna make it, or they just kind of knocked you off your square, where it was like they didn't understand you, but they didn't think that you were talented enough or you had enough of what people were looking for?
In Nigeria, it wasn't about talent. I mean, they all said, yeah, you're really talented. They didn't. I don't think anyone said that I wasn't, but it was more about we don't really know what to do with this. Like, it's not us. It's not Nigerian. You're sounding a bit foreign. You're sounding a bit like not like core Nigerian sound. It's like a
"Dude, I'm
mix.
right here."
It's like a hybrid.
Right.
It's like you sound like a hybrid. How is this going to sell? How are we going to market you to the Nigerian people? Because most of the Nigerian labels are thinking of Nigeria.
Right.
They're not
right,
thinking
right.
about the world or America, or they're thinking of Nigeria.
How
So
are you in Nigeria?
I'm cool. I think I'm good in Nigeria now because what happened was Nigerians did like it.
Right.
And
Can you go anywhere at home?
like
Are you like super famous?
I am. I
Yeah.
can't go anywhere. Even when there's like area boys. Okay, I can't go into that. But
No, fuck that. Google area boys too. Some.
Okay.
No, you ain't gonna just like, ooh. She called herself. She's like area boy. No.
yeah, it's hard to explain. But it's very rugged.
Yeah, I was about to say this is some gangster shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
organized gang.
Do it
Yeah.
now.
Organized gang of the street.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to hear
They're
that.
not
either.
really organized.
Yeah,
Though. I wouldn't say they're
yeah.
organized. We're giving too much
This
credit.
is like saying Crips and Bloods out here are organized. Like, no, we're not really
they're
organized.
They're not organized.
All right,
at all.
so
But
What
yeah,
was- what were
they
they
know
called?
they know who I am for sure.
Area boys.
area boys. So the area they knew who you were. You
I can't drive. Like I used to drive. I used to try and drive before. Now I can't drive. I almost got mobbed last December because I attempted. I have like police. I have to have like police cars in front and at the back. If I want to drive, it's like there must be like police driving behind me. If I'm trying to live a normal life again. I'm trying to feel normal, but I'm
you got
not.
a police escort.
I have escorts in front and at the back if I'm in Nigeria. Literally.
Damn.
If I say, oh, I just want to be behind the wheel and I just want to feel like a normal girl.
Is that crazy for the young introvert girl, the loner,
Yo,
to be that famous?
everything, I didn't take it well. I was very tense. Like after some time I kept on wanting to have alone time, to go back to a room. I just wanted to be alone. But even like with my team, adapting to having a team just around me, adapting to like talking, like having conversations like, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
I never had to do that before, so I didn't take it well at all. I was very blunt, very rude.
Oh shit.
I wouldn't say rude. I'll just say
Just not knowing.
I would say things that are obvious, but apparently we're not supposed to say them. You know what I mean?
I'm glad
Like,
I didn't
I
get you
was-
back then. Shit.
You know,
I would have been like, hey, how you doing? You'd be like, oh, you look way better on like social media. Like, you look like a dead body. You know what I'm saying?
it's like when I hear someone has said something about me, I would go and meet them and be like, "Do we have are we okay? I didn't do it. I didn't do anything to you. Do you have a problem with me? I heard you said this." And it's like, "No, you're not supposed to confront people."
Right.
I'm like, "Oh, okay."
And what were they
But
called?
why
The
did
area
it?
boys?
Because I
Area
didn't
boys.
understand why.
You're like one of them area
why-
girls,
I
huh?
didn't do anything to you. I really
Yeah.
no. The thing is, I'm quiet, but like I just wanted to like if someone talks about me or like is spreading a rumor or doing, I just wanted to know why. Why are you doing that? And I would go to them but some of these people were like big people in the industry, so it was considered rude, right. for
Right.
me to do that.
But you just wanted
But I
clarity.
didn't know they were big. You know, I didn't know anything about the industry.
So you got to learn everything.
Every single thing. I didn't know a single.
Hands on. This is like
literally-
throwing you in the pool
Literally,
and swim.
the ocean.
Yeah. And
Like literally, people would like, even like my team. Like I would often feel very snappy because I'm just like, I just want to be alone. Why is everybody just please let me be alone? But it's because I've been used to that for so long. And then after a while, I just had to like open my eyes. Timmy, you're not there anymore. Just relax,
Right.
relax. Okay, it's okay. This person is your friend. She's just like you, okay? She's just
Damn.
like you. She just wants to play.
Right.
She just wants to play.
You talking to yourself?
I literally had to talk. She just wants to play, and I'll be like, "Oh, actually, this person is quite nice. I do like you.
Yeah.
Wow, let's have some lunch."
but it's almost and not so huge, but it's almost like the gift and the curse.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
not to a huge scale. It's not like, oh, woe is me, I'm a superstar. But yeah,
I
there
used
is.
to deny when people see me at the airport. I
Oh,
used
no.
to deny.
Come over and say, hey,
They'll be
are you
like,
Tems?
Tems. I'll be looking at the ceiling. I don't know who you're
And it's
talking
not about
And
stuck
they'll be
up.
like,
you
"Do you-"
just
yeah.
you didn't know how to engage.
I just didn't. Sometimes I'll freeze. Like they'll say Tems, and I'll just like.
trying to look like a mannequin and
I'll
shit.
literally just freeze. Sometimes I'll act like I'm on the phone. Like I'll just be like, "Oh yeah, what are you saying?" And then I'll like run out of there.
Oh, and you know what? There's somebody that probably think like, oh, she was snobbish, but
She
you just
was-
didn't know.
I-
There was an innocence and a naivete to it as
I
well.
didn't know what to say or do. Like, what am I? Yes, they say, "Are you Tems?" And I'll be like, yeah, no.
Because you weren't used to having people come up to you, and plus
Yeah.
it happened so long and so slow, but so fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you weren't used to somebody coming up and knowing who you were that you'd never seen before,
Or wanting
in an
a
airport
picture.
at a store. Yeah.
Yeah. I would go dressed like with a turban or like a thing. Like sometimes
Really?
I would go
You thought you
dressed.
were Nick Cannon?
Sometimes I'll wear a boo-boo.
Are you
they
serious?
would
Like, just
recognize
cover it up?
me. I would just wear, because I was used to wearing that before. Like I would just wear crazy things. I had a backpack because when I was jumping with studios, I used to wear a backpack. I only just switched to a duffel last year, so I look like a schoolgirl, literally, in the airport. Oh yeah, we're just traveling. And it's like, Tems. I'm like, yes. No, I'm not. I wouldn't know what to say. Sometimes it's like, "Are you?" I'm like, that's a good question.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how much time
Like,
do you need?
let
with
me think about that. Am I Tems today? No, I'm not.
But you constantly learn, and it's not rude. It's just that you're dealing with something you never dealt with before.
Yeah, but that's why you have to have good people around you.
Right.
Because my manager, he was like, it's okay to say that you are, because that's who you are. Just say you are. Say, "I am Tems." Okay? Yes. I'm shopping in the airport. Have you never seen nobody shop before?
Man, are you scared? Not scared, but even now, like, do you look at social media? Because now there's so many people that
Yeah.
can do and say things, and you still, for some reason, you feel vulnerable at certain times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can feel that there's this human and there's this open.
Yeah.
There's something open about you.
Yeah.
That you also still gotta protect, and it's harder to protect. The bigger you are, the bigger the target, the bigger the people could say certain things. When
Yeah.
you were just probably recording at the house, it was like, oh, it's just me at the house. Now everybody has an opinion.
Yeah, I think I I think it's very important to always understand what your own values are. And as humans, we have the ability to attach meaning to everything, including other people's opinions. And so I just feel like if someone has an opinion about me, what does that mean to me? Nothing. But to them, it means something. And that's okay. And we can just leave it at that. It doesn't actually mean anything, do anything. I don't need to react. I don't even need to have an opinion about it. It's just something that it's like a fact.
But you, but you got to
It's
get
like,
there.
oops, I just did an opinion,
But you got to get there too. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
You have to, for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't understand. I just was like, why is everybody talking about me all the time? And why? I didn't do anything. I don't even know you. Why are these people doing
Yeah.
this? But the reality of my reality is so different from theirs. They're escaping as well.
Right.
You know, I when I was at work, I remember being on Twitter and like I used to post things or retweet things that are happening in the world. So I realized, that's their reality. This is just like entertainment.
And now you're of that
You know?
world. Now you're the person that could be tweeted or retweeted or
Right.
tweeted about.
Yeah.
And when you say that, when songs started blowing up or you got this momentum, and you say you got a DM from Beyonce, what other people did you see kind of checking in with you? You're like, oh shit. So what did Beyonce? What did her? Do you remember what?
No, she didn't DM me. She just.
So you
like-
lied.
No, I didn't lie. I said her team. Reached out.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I
Sorry
got
about that.
DMs from people that I looked up to.
Like other artists.
Other artists, Drake, Rihanna.
Why don't you name somebody we know? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's Drake? Who's Rihanna? But you're a fan first. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, these are people that, like, these are parts of people that influence culture very much so for the last 10 years or more.
Yeah.
So I mean, these are people that are very respectable in the industry.
Are you in Nigeria when you get that Rihanna DM?
I'm in my house alone when I go to everything. Rihanna, Drake, Beyonce, everything. In fact, I got that within 3 days of each other. So it just felt like I was like it felt like something crazy was happening. Like it wasn't real. Like I was dreaming. It felt very unreal. Like me, like I felt like am I being pranked? Like, is this a joke? You know?
Is it overwhelmingly? Are you happy and almost like scared at the same time? Like
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, these people actually rate me enough to hit me up.
Do you reply to Rihanna?
Oh, I mean,
Because we know the work.
do I reply?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I mean, what?
Do you wait a little bit, like put her on?
What?
Like,
Wait for what? No. You're
oh,
not
okay.
waiting, no.
Because I would have did one of those, like, yeah.
I don't.
Rihanna.
If Rihanna hits you up, what are you waiting for? In fact,
Yeah.
as she's typing, you've already replied.
Yeah.
You, don't even-
You start seeing them bubbles, like, all right, okay.
You're like, yes. You don't even need to say yes. Whatever you want to say is yes. The answer
So
is
did
yes.
she hit you about a compliment, or
Yeah.
did she jump into immediately? We should do something together. Was it just I see what you're doing, girl?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that kind of
It
thing?
was more complimentary, and yeah, she was just like, yeah, you're so dope, and yeah.
And then you end up working together. That's crazy. Same with Drake. You know what I'm saying? Drake is known for also like seeing a talent and just tapping in with somebody. Like either I see what you're doing, or you know what I'm saying? Like he's not
Yeah.
afraid to share his superstardom. You know, there's some people that want to turn your light off. It seems like Drake has always been that one that want to turn your light on, and he always kind of like, even if he's on stage, he'll give it to the person. You know, you see him give it to J. Cole, or he'll give it to someone,
Right.
say, I'm a fan of this person. So when you see Drake hit you up, is it the same kind of feeling? You say it's like they're near the big three in 3 days. Do you look at that and like, oh my God, this is Drake?
Yeah, I mean, for all of them, how old was I? In 2020, 2020, I was 24. I think
Jesus.
I was 24. That was a huge deal for me. I mean, I was in Lagos. Who? That's Lagos in Africa, in Nigeria, like, and where I lived was like just nobody goes there, you know. Like, who would have thought me just like it's just it's creepy.
Yeah.
Like, think about it, all the way, like at least 12 hours away. That's where I'm from. If you wanted to go there right now, that's half a day. Like, where in the world, why, how did you find me? You
And
know?
you said you in your apartment alone, and you see that the world is reaching for you, and some of our big dogs of the world is reaching for you. How do you start to work with Rihanna? How does that project come together for, like, when y'all did something? Black Panther it's nominated. It sound like a given,
Yeah.
like the world needed that. But how did that
Wow.
come together?
Well, it was through Black Panther. Ryan Coogler.
Yes.
He said he was coming. He was like, I'm gonna come to Lagos and we're gonna record this song, because everybody in the movie wants you in this thing. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. So he came, and we had like a 3-hour session where we did Lift Me Up, and we did I did a cover for No Woman No Cry, which ended up being the trailer. And yeah, they were just very happy, and that was it.
And so they came to Lagos to record, and y'all were in the you as far as that, y'all were in the room. Is Rihanna in the room
Oh,
too,
no,
or
no,
just
no,
the
no, no.
production?
It's just,
Y'all,
yeah,
it's in
so
the room.
this is, yeah.
As
this is- I
opposed
didn't
to
even
just
know.
send us something.
Yeah.
They made sure they touched turf and went to you and recorded and had you in the same room with the producers.
Yeah, we finished all the songs. I didn't know that she was involved at the time. I think it was after that they had reached out to her and had played her the song, and then she loved it, and she was like, yeah, I'm down, I think.
Yeah.
And then she
Well, it's obvious.
she
Right.
ended up recording the song, and yeah, history.
Did you ever see the first Black Panther, or you never seen that one?
What?
Is it crazy that you went to the theater?
How would I not have seen the
Who
Black
knows?
Panther? What?
But is it crazy that you went and probably paid to go see Black Panther?
It's crazy. That is wild, actually.
Yeah, not sitting in the theater saying, "Oh yeah, one day."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're a spectator. You're a fan.
Yeah.
Sitting watching
I
a
did
movie.
that. Yeah, I did, and I watched it in the cinema too. I went with my family, and we got popcorn and the whole thing.
And that's the first one. And then when you fast forward this clock of life, now you're an extremely important part to the second. We already, we lose, bro. You know what I'm saying? There was so much anticipation. It was such a great movie. And now you're a part of that. What does the family think of it? And not the cousins, not the aunts that
Oh, I
laughed at
mean,
you.
my mom was so happy, and all my mom's friends are like telling her anything that happens to me, they send it to her every day. Like, I don't even. Sometimes she knows things more than before I do. She's like, "Congratulations, you won." I'm like,
Like, what?
what? So yeah, they're all very happy, and yeah,
Are you close with family?
yeah.
That's dope.
Sort of. I mean, when I did my tour, I did invite all my family.
How is touring for you?
It was
Because you're in the States now,
yeah.
but the world wants you. You know what I'm saying? Do you enjoy touring?
I do. I do. It's hard,
Yeah.
but I do, because I don't know. It's just humbling as well, because you're seeing so many people connect to you, and when you're singing, it's like, wow, this song really means a lot. Not just like, I'm not like, you felt me on that, and you're here
Yeah.
because of how much you felt me, and that's happening like in states in Nigeria. That's how many shows I did here.
Is it crazy that, and I don't mean crazy like in a bad way, but is it wild that people would get, they like, you're on somebody's calendar, like somebody know, like, this night I'm going to see Tim's. I'm going on a date. This is what I'm wearing. You know, does that trip you out that you're the marquee for somebody that was an introvert and still seem like it to this day? You just know how to deal with it better.
Right.
But does it trip you out that people come to see you?
Um. Sometimes I get like a moment when I'm on stage and I'm singing. It's like maybe Free Mind or Higher or some song that I know came from my soul. And then like I just like look, cause usually I'm looking up, and then sometimes I allow myself to kind of look at everybody, and I'm like, wow, and like that's when I'm tripped up. Like I almost start crying because it's unbelievable.
You have such a beautiful voice.
Oh, thank you.
Like, and anybody that's here hanging with us, man, like your voice is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, and melodic. I remember when you guys did the NBA All Star.
Oh.
That, did anybody see the NBA All Star where you didn't like it?
Huh?
What happened?
Nothing.
Something going on. She went. She like big. My cousins were there. My aunt. So from what I gathered,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, amazing.
Your NPR Tiny Desk,
Oh, yeah.
amazing. Anytime that I see you perform, and the one thing that I love about you as well, not just what you recorded and what we can hear and own and stream, but when you go live as well, your voice is such an instrument. Like, do you ever listen to your songs and say, I created that? Like, you never like, man, I killed that shit.
I think after a few years, I do that. Like, I kind of always go back. After I did Higher, the live Higher, I hadn't watched it. I hadn't watched it in like over like 2 years. I think I watched it this year after, like, I was like, oh, I saw it on my YouTube, and I was like, oh wow, I remember that.
Yeah, might as well.
But every time I release a song, I don't wanna. I'm like, I don't want to see.
When you release Higher, and then Drake and Future come back and do what they do
Right.
with it, when did you know that Drake and Future had this song that was Higher, that was your song?
I didn't know Drake was on it. Actually, it was just Future. My team told me Future has done something to Higher. I just want you to listen to it. Just listen to it. Be open minded, cause
Was your music, is it very sacred to you?
no, well, my team, they're just very, I don't know, they think they're just, I used to say my mind a lot, like I said. So I think that created the idea that I wouldn't like, or I'm not
Right.
open. So, because that nothing like that had ever happened before. Before that, I'd never been sampled, ever. I wasn't even thinking about that.
What
Well,
did you think when you first heard it?
when I did hear it, I liked it. Like, I was like, huh, this is interesting. Like, I would never have thought to do that, but it's actually sounding like a vibe. And I was like, yeah, I'm open to it. Cool, let's do it,
I never get tired of that song.
Yeah, and I didn't know, it was the day it came out that I saw Drake. I didn't know he was there. I didn't know. I was like, oh, wow,
Right.
nice surprise.
Like,
This
oh,
is
you on
not
this
the
too?
version I heard,
Can I ask you to sing a little part of that for me?
What? Sorry, hello?
Yeah. Oh,
I'm kidding.
you don't have to. I don't mean to put you on the spot,
I'm
but
sorry.
my aunt died, and just.
Oh, not the
That was just-
emotional
yeah, that was just-
blackmail.
That was like our song. I'm lying.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I've been talking a lot, so my voice it's not in tip top shape.
Understood.
You know, that's the only thing. I don't want to ruin your expectation, you know, because we've been talking about this voice and it's been great. But every time I talk a lot, my voice, if I
I
try,
should ask you from the beginning.
yeah,
As soon as we
maybe,
sat down. So I was like, Tems,
maybe
can you
I've
sing
opened
higher?
with a performance.
So you're not gonna do it. No, you don't have to, baby girl. No, because when you do it, I want you to make sure that when you walk out, you're like, you did it.
Right.
You did it. But I'm telling you, it is a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
And like I said, man, you the soundtrack to so many lives and so many great moments. And it's crazy because people called in from work to be here. They could have been
I
anywhere else. They
appreciate
chose
you.
to be
Thank
here.
you so much.
You know, LA traffic is horrible, and they're here. You know, so thank you for coming in and thank you for hanging out with us. And I'm telling you, it is such a pleasure meeting you, Tems. And you
thank
have
you.
you're extremely talented.
Oh, I
Extremely
appreciate it.
talented, and thank you. Y'all give it up for Tems, ladies and gentlemen.